You ever watch a movie and it just shows you the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life? You just gotta be like, okay. Well, I had this happen the other day. I was watching a horror movie and it showed the most vile, disgusting stuff, and I was like, I don't even want to see this. I had my eyes covered for a good portion of it, and not because I was scared, but because it's just gross. Like, I don't need to see messed up stuff. I get it. It exists. It happens, whatever. I don't need to see it. I know. It's just back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean really back in the day, the primal times. You'd see stuff like that. That's a really big moment. That's like bad. That means someone in your tribe got messed up, right? Nowadays you see it and you're just like, okay, whatever, right? You know, it happens. It's all the time, everywhere you go. We're desensitized. Now let's take this one step farther. How many of you seen something on the internet that's very real and deeply disturbing? Probably more of us than it should be. This is the time we live in. A time where we have access to everything in the world. We see everything now. They can try moderating it or do whatever, but you can never moderate everything because there's so many people out there trying to display this stuff because they're messed up in the head themselves. And outside of the truly disturbing things, nothing is sacred anymore. Let's just really step away from those disturbing things, and I guess we're gonna go to something else that's kind of disturbing, but not in the same way. How many women has the average man seen naked? Nowadays, I don't know how high that number is, but it's probably pretty high. But back in the day, it couldn't have been that high. You know, we, as modern men, have probably seen more naked women than all our ancestors combined, and that is not right. That is very much not right, because they get you hooked on this stuff when you're very young, and that is not right. That's very, very, very evil, and it should never exist. This whole thing should not exist. But we've become so desensitized to it that people joke about it, people act like it's normal. This is not normal. I mean, it probably explains why way back in the day they freaked out when they saw a woman's ankle, because like they didn't see women like all the time like they do now. And it's kind of really shows how desensitized we've gotten. Back in the day, an ankle, oh my gosh, an ankle, right? Nowadays you see a full-on whatever and your reaction is not like that. We've been desensitized. So not only are we desensitized in our mental models, we are also desensitized chemically. Things are designed to pump as much dopamine in your head as possible. The colors you are seeing on your screen right now don't exist in nature. Think about that. The colors you're looking at right now, they're not real. They don't exist in nature. There's no color this saturated in nature. And so after long periods of like scrolling short form content and the likes, life starts to seem pretty dull. And they'll tell you that you have depression or some other disease or disorder. But in reality, you just have messed up dopamine because you abused it. And so your baseline becomes much higher because our brains function in a way that it reaches stabilization. So if you pump your brain with 500% dopamine a day, and life itself only supplies 100% dopamine, your brain will suddenly feel dissatisfied at the reduced levels that life itself outside the screen is producing, which creates a looping cycle of dependency. And you know what they call this, right? Addiction. And we're all addicted. Even myself, I am a deeply disciplined person. I mean, I'm right now on my 4th video I'm recording. That's how disciplined I am, but I still find myself slipping into scrolling sometimes. You know, whenever there's a moment where I'm just sitting there, like I'll have food in the microwave and I'm like, oh, start scrolling. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? It's so hard to control yourself because it's designed to capture your attention. And the destruction is so deeply ingrained in us that it's become part of our humor. I mean, you see jokes like, haha, it's finally my turn to be an adult. Oh wait, World War III is here. Oh, it's my turn to be an adult, but oh, the jobs are gone. Our humor is based around how far we have descended. We laugh to cope with the absurdity that we find ourselves in. And is it even funny? Yeah, it's a little bit funny, but it's actually really, really sad that we're joking about our own destruction as a world, our own society crumbling. We are joking about it because we don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do. Do you guys know what to do? All I do is I focus on my own well-being. I try progressing myself. I try eating healthy. I try working out. I do everything I can to be healthy, but on a societal level, I don't know what to do anymore. I genuinely don't. I think we are heading towards a point where either there's going to be the people who try their best to avoid technology or the people who go fully in it, and, you know, VR, simulations, and all this AI. We're going to eventually get to a point where people are like Ready Player One, where they're just fully in the simulation, because it's much better than being in real life. You know, if you can go to a simulation and you can have everything better, colors higher saturated, you can have a virtual whatever, you can have everything better. You can have a virtual house that is a mansion. or you can live in a studio apartment. Which one are you going to choose? It becomes a thing of which one is better. And oftentimes, if it gets one-to-one of reality, it's going to be the virtual route, and I think people are going to go for it. And this could be in our lifetime if things keep accelerating the way they do. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know, because I can't see the future, right? And, it gets a little bit sad to see. And they're going to try getting us desensitized to this. You see it with the news even, like, oh, look at the files. Look what's in those files. Oh my gosh. And then we just make jokes about it. And it's like, this is some of the most awful things to ever happen in this world. And we're like, let's make a joke on it. Let's go do whatever, right? Let's make it funny. And I get it. I get it. It can be funny, right? But when you start laughing about these atrocities, they're no longer serious, and we normalize them. And that's what's happening. We're normalizing things that should never be normal. A lot of things that have happened in the past, whatever time frame, I would say past 20 years, but realistically, ever since the 50s, things have been getting really, really weird. We normalize things. Broken families should not be normal. Treating people casually should not be normal. Spending 7 to 8 hours a day on technology should not be normal. Normalization is a tool of deceit. It is how things get worse and worse and worse. It's the boiling frog, and we are the frog. We are sitting in the pot, and we are getting boiled alive here, and we don't even realize it. We are in the water that is already boiling. The water started boiling a long time ago. It started boiling before we were even alive. But we are now in this situation, and we were born into it. And we have to accept that because we can't change it. So what are we going to do about this? I personally, I'm stepping away from stuff. I don't want to see any of it anymore. I can't even watch TV anymore because there's always some weird scene or something weird. They're just talking about weird stuff, trying to push some agenda or something. And I can't even do it anymore. So I'm choosing to step away. I'm playing games that aren't corrupt. Minecraft, what are they going to push to me in Minecraft? Are they going to start putting crazy stuff in there? Probably not. I'm making stuff. That's what I think we need to do. We need to stop being so involved with all this crazy stuff and just start creating and start getting connected with nature and people again, because we can't keep going on like this, guys. It's like, I know in 20 years from now, things are going to be very, very, very strange and very scary, or very good. But I'm actually leaning more to the very scary side, just looking at how things are and the powers that be. And please, I'm begging you guys, do not be desensitized. Watch what you're exposing yourself to and really question, if you keep looking at this for so long, where are you going to be? Because everything you expose yourself to will become normal eventually. And really think about if what you're exposing yourself is normal in reality. If it's not normal in reality, do not expose yourself to it. Watch what you expose yourself to, because your mind is a very important place. Your mind is where you live 24/7. Your whole life is lived within your head. Do you want your head to be a place of desensitization and destruction, or do you want your mind to be a place of living life in a joyous state? It's your decision.